So we got Mama Crocky here. Here's the mic right here.
I have to talk into it.
You don't have to talk into it. I think they can hear us just fine.
Okay.
All right, so we got Mama Crocky here. She says don't make fun of her because she doesn't have makeup on right now.
And I'm sick.
And she's sick. Okay. Anyways, nobody cares. All right, so somebody said live TV. So do you want to talk a little bit about, because I'm pretty sure there are other people here that are married, and we have women in here. So we got Peachy in here. She was out in Philadelphia with us, but I don't know if Peachy's married or her relationship status. But there are people that are married to people obsessed with sports. Clearly, I'm obsessed with. I'm
Is that
obsessed
what
with.
you call it?
What do you call it?
I don't even know. It's so far beyond obsessed that it's like a lifestyle. I don't know.
It's a lifestyle. Okay, I like that. I like that. So she used to get on me a lot, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys about like just kind of my process of really turning this whole thing like podcasting and all that. But I I used to be on my phone all the time. I mean, I'm still on my phone all the time.
He has a man cave. Don't let him fool you. He has a man cave. I see all the comments. Let the man have his man cave. He has a man cave. He just wants to turn the biggest room in the house into a man cave and leave all the rest of us with this little itty bitty living room.
That is not true.
That is true.
I'm the only one.
He has a room for his man cave. He just doesn't want to use it.
I'm the only one that's ever watching TV in that room.
Because I don't have all my furniture in there yet. And I'm in nursing school. When do I have time to sit down and watch TV?
Guys, sounds like a bunch of excuses to me. I'm looking at the comments. I think they agree with me.
Well, of course they agree with you. It's like guy code.
No, there's a woman in here. Man cave should be the biggest room in the house. Thank you, Bill.
Absolutely not. It's not happening.
Yes, it is. Bill said that it should happen.
It's not gonna happen. So
all right.
on.
Anyway, so can you talk to them a little bit about what it's like to be married to someone that is obsessed with sports? Like, what do you go through on a daily basis? Because I'm pretty sure some of them go through it, and maybe they don't recognize it. But what's it like? Come a little bit closer.
I think to start, it just takes a special type of person to be with somebody who is obsessed with sports like you are. I don't think it's for every woman. I think it takes a certain type of person. And I'm not bragging about myself, but I'm just saying in general, it takes somebody who understands that like that's what he loves. It was hard in the beginning. It took a few years for me to really just be like, okay, like pick and choose your battles, Stevie. Like you can either have a man who is out running the streets in the club every night doing God knows what, or you can have a man who's home watching football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on his phone a lot. I mean, I swear I wake up in the morning, you guys, before the kids even are awake and the alarms go off, and I look over and his phone is lit up and he's watching something football related. Like, so it's like you kind of just have to choose what kind of man do you want to be with. Are you going to be frustrated because he's watching football all the time and he's talking about football all the time? And yeah, I've tried to dive into that whole world and understand what he's talking about, but I just kind of
she just learned. First of all, she watched me play football. All right, she watched me play, but she's just now learning what goes into getting a first down.
so like I understand like the basics of football. Like I grew up watching football. Like I'm a Raiders fan. I grew up a Raiders fan.
These are all 49er fans.
It's okay, but sorry, I'm a diehard Raiders fan. Always will be. So I grew up watching the game. Like my brother played football. I watched him play football. So I understand like the basics, but all that extra detail stuff, I'm just like, I don't know. I still don't understand the whole first down thing, but whatever. If you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. Cool. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's hard. It takes a while to adjust to being with somebody who just lives and breathes sports. And a lot of my family members don't understand it. Like, I know my dad had a hard time in the beginning too, because he felt like, that was like more important to Eric. But it is what it is. Like I said in the beginning, like, I would much rather be with somebody who's home and obsessed with sports than wondering where he's at all the time. And you know what I mean? So it takes a special type of person, because I have friends who have like reached out to me and they're like, how do you do it? I can't do it. He's on his phone all the time. He's playing Madden all the time. Or all he does is watch football. All he cares about is football. And I have to tell them, like, okay, well, would you rather be with somebody who's home glued to the TV talking about football all the time? Or do you want to wonder where your man is every night? So that's kind of how I look at it.
So also, I brought you up the other day because I was talking about the 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan, right? And Kyle Shanahan, he's extremely stubborn, and it almost feels like he doesn't get challenged to the point of understanding that he can be a better version of himself, right? So I talked about how stubborn I was early in our relationship. I still can be stubborn, but how I've kind of learned a little bit of kind of give and take, right? Can you talk a little bit about like how I've changed in some of the things that like maybe how I used to be, just my mindset, and how that's changed over time, and that could possibly be something that like benefits Kyle Shanahan. You don't have to bring up Kyle Shanahan, but just in general of just being in a relationship. Because right now, as 49er fans, we're all in relationships with Kyle Shanahan. We are in a relationship with him, whether we want to be or not. Right? I know it sounds weird,
Okay.
but pause. But 49 fans, we're in a relationship with him, and he's extremely stubborn. But somebody has to tell him that he can become a better version of himself. So I brought that up, and how I was earning our relationship and how hard that was.
Yeah.
But eventually we worked through it. So
Yeah. So like my biggest thing with like stubborn people in general, like, and I tried to teach him this in the beginning, but it's for stubborn people, it doesn't click right away. So when we first started dating, it was his mentality was like, I am who I am, take it or leave it. Like, if you don't like it, there's the door. And I tried to like get him to understand, like, you can still be true to who you are and like evolve and become a better person. Um, but for somebody who is stubborn, that doesn't like happen overnight. So it took him quite a few it took him some years. But now that I look at him, and it's like he still is that person that I started dating, what, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
9, something like that, 8 years ago. But he's just a better version of himself. And with that, he's blossomed. Like, he's become a better person, not just for himself, but for his family, his marriage, his friends. So I think that's the hardest thing, getting stubborn people to understand, is that you can still remain true to who you are, but evolving and becoming a better person is amazing as well. So
thank you. Thank you for addressing that. All right. So that was it.
are you dismissing me now?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mama Crocky right there, y'all.